this is where this really matters. And so let's kind of start with this. I want in this version, I've added in some historical context and third parties because this is going to be important as we talk about these 7 states. Let me start with North Carolina. 16 electoral votes at stake. Right now, the Real Clear Politics average has Trump up 48.3 to Harris 47.9. That's a plus 0.4, right? That's not a lot. The last time we did this, Trump was leading by about 3 points. So she has closed the gap. He has stayed pretty much where he was. Last time it was 48-45. He's at 48.3. So a little movement plus, but she's also plussed up about 2 points. The last 2 polls that have come out, though, show Trump up +2, +3. He's trending the right way. And that's the thing. A lot of times people look at a poll, it's a snapshot in time. And in a race, right? So it's like a car. If 2 cars are going down the highway and you take a picture and it looks like that, that tells you they're even. But if this car is going 100 and this car is going 20, it doesn't give you that context. And that's why sometimes looking at these polls, a lot of them, helps because you can see a trend. And right now the trend in North Carolina is that Trump is moving in the right direction, or at least maintaining a lead, right? You don't see this happening. Trump has won North Carolina twice. Team Harris is really bullish on North Carolina because they look at some of the data about who's been moving in there. And they think that Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson, the Republican nominee for governor, is flawed. Trump, as I said, won both in 2016. Here's the thing. In 2016, Jill Stein, the Green Party candidate, and this is why I'm going to talk about this because this is important, got 130,000 votes, which is 2.74% of the vote. Trump won the state with 3.6% of the vote, 173,000. So 50,000, more than Stein got. Not so decisive, but that's still close. In 2020, though, here's the thing. This is important. Remember, 2016, Jill Stein gets 130,000 votes. She's not the Green Party nominee in 2020. They only get 12,000 votes, 0.22% of the vote. Trump won that time by 74,000 votes. So having her there as the Green Party nominee, and this is what I want you to pay attention to in all of these states, is important. Now, she's back. She's back on the North Carolina ballot. And by the way, just as a side note, RFK is still on. I think he's going to be off the North Carolina ballot, but we'll keep an eye on there. I'm going to, for that reason, the way that Trump is trending and the fact that she's back on the ballot, North Carolina, light red, put it in the Trump column for now. But I'm telling you, that Stein factor matters. Look at that difference of how much she gave. And by the way, just so we're clear, not every Green Party voter is going to vote for Harris, but I'm telling you, enough of them would. So having her there is really important. Let's move across the country over to Nevada. Trump right now is up 46.4 to 40, down 46.4 to Harris's 47.6, 1.2%. The last couple of polls have her up by 1. Trafalgar has her up, okay? And remember, I had Robert Cahaly on. Love that guy. I think that they are one of the best in the business at public polling. And that being said, this is going to be interesting because Trump's no tax on tips, his overtime, no tax on overtime pay, is going to be important to this whole thing. And so I think that this is going to be a big deal. Let's run through the data on this for just a second. In 2016, Clinton won Nevada by 2.42%. She won the state by 27,202 votes. That's not a lot. Here's the point. Let's get back to this. Jill Stein got 37,384 votes, 3.29%. That would have helped Clinton, right? In 2020, so having her, this is going to be a big one. In 2020, Biden won Nevada by 2.39%, 33,000 votes. So basically the same. But the Green Party was not on the ballot in 2020. So that's a really interesting thing. If they had been, I think Trump could have won in 2020 if they had been on the ballot and sucked enough votes on there. She will not be on the ballot this time in Nevada, at least as of now. This is going to be a big problem. This is the latest story. It says the Nevada Supreme Court has ordered Jill Stein's name removed from the November ballot, ruling that the Green Party used the incorrect petition form for its presidential candidate. In a 5-2 ruling, the High Court issued its order Friday in a case brought by the Nevada State Democratic Party. The Dems don't want her on, right? We know why. They'll suck the thing off. By the way, party of democracy, right? Suing to get people off the ballot. Reversing a lower court decision that found in favor of the party. So the Dems come in. This is your Mark Elias, by the way, the big Dem lawyer. They all talk about voting rights, except let's get you off the ballot. It's amazing, huh? Democracy is at stake. You just can't vote. So I'm just telling you, it says, according to the order, the Green Party used a petition meant for initiatives and ballot referendums, not the petition for minor party ballot access. Talk about petty. Hey, look, I'm a pro, guys. You use the rules, but I just find it so funny that they don't get any backlash for this democracy crap. For the sake of this exercise, and I want to emphasize this because if you remember the episode where Robert Cahaley was on not too long ago, he said basically that Nevada is like Lucy with the football, keeps getting pulled away. So for the sake of this exercise, I'm going to put this at light blue. I'm going to put it in the Harris campaign. If you're freaking out right now because you live in Nevada or because you disagree with me, just hang tight for a second. By the way, Senate race there, Jackie Rosen, the Democrat incumbent versus Sam Brown. We had him on the show a little while ago. Unbelievable story. Wounded warrior, great guy. She's up in the Real Clear Politics average 9.5% over Sam Brown, including an 8-point lead that the Trafalgar poll has her up by. Everything else there is around plus 10 for her. So I'm just going to tell you, is that insurmountable? No. But that is a race where I wonder how long Republicans stay in that fight because now it's also interesting. He should be doing better because how close Trump is. So right now, that's where that stands. We have a light blue in North Carolina and a light red in North Carolina, light blue in Nevada. All right, let's move to Arizona. We're going right next door, down south a little. 11 electoral votes at stake. Right now, Trump is up by the Real Clear Politics average, okay? 1.3%. He is at 48.6. She is at 47.3. Real close to that magic 50% that I like to see. Once you're at 50% consistently, you're in a really good spot in these battleground states. So I like that. Every poll that I have seen since the last week in August in Arizona has Trump up between 1 and 3. Now, is that within the margin of error? Yes. Is that going to make you sleep tight? No, unless you're taking, by the way, but anyway, if you're taking like Beam Dream Powder, you'll sleep well anyway. So that's the upside on that. But I like where it is. I like that feeling if I'm them. So I'm just telling you that I feel good about Arizona. Like, I think that this is goes back to its traditional Republican roots. There's a lot of concerns last time about how it was conducted. I'm just telling you, I feel good about Arizona. The folks that I talk to in Arizona feel good about Arizona. A lot of work being done there on the ground game, getting people out to vote. So I feel good. Let's just walk through the vote history. In 2016, Trump won by 91,234 votes. 91,234 votes. That was 3.5% win for Trump. Okay. Jill Stein, the Green Party candidate, got 34,000 votes, 1%, 1.32 to be precise if you're writing this down. Okay. So she got 34,000 votes. Not unbelievably, but Trump still would have won no matter what. So that's good. In 2020, this is in the books as a Biden win. Look at how close this is. 10,457 votes, 0.31. 0.31. This is razor. Hawkins, who was the Green Party candidate last time, only got 1,557 votes. If he had gotten Jill Stein's number, 34,000, Trump would have won Arizona. So I'll get to the good news in a second. That's 0.05% for Hawkins that he took. Obviously, this made a difference. Had she been on the ballot, Trump would have won Arizona hands down. No question about it. She is on the ballot in Arizona. RFK not on the ballot, but Jill Stein is on the ballot in Arizona. She gets it. Like I said, in 2016, she got 34,000 votes. Biden won in the books by 10,400. If she gets 15,000 this time that she's pulling away from them, that is so big. It's huge. So this is good news for us. She is on the thing. For that reason, I'm putting Arizona in the light red column for Trump. By the way, Senate update there. Elton Gallego, the congressman, Democratic congressman, has a 3.4 RCP, Real Clear Politics average lead over Kari Lake. He's up 48 to 43.5. That's pretty similar to where it was a month ago when we looked at this race. The good news is that's pretty much within the margin of error. The downside is I can't find a single poll showing her within less than being less than 4 point down. Okay. So that's the downside. She's not showing anything that says, okay, hey, there's 3 polls, but one I'm down 1 or tied. Like, he is consistently up, and he's just shy of that 50. So we got time to go. I'm not freaking out yet, but I'm just telling you where we stand right now with Arizona. I feel good about that presidentially. I think that the Senate folks are going to definitely keep an eye on that as well. All right, I want to go to Georgia. 16 electoral votes at stake in Georgia. Trump right now, check this out. Real Clear Politics average, Trump 47.6, Harris 47.4, Trump by 0.2. Basically where we were a month ago. Everything that I've seen in the month of September shows Trump with a 1 to 3 point lead in Georgia. This is another one. This is like Arizona. This is their natural home. They're coming back. There were some issues that we'll get to in 2020. I think Georgia comes home. Okay. Let's walk through this. In 2016, Trump beat Hillary 50.77 to 45.6. Okay. Not bad. He's just over 50. I'd like him a little higher than 50, but it's a wide enough margin. Stein got 7,674 votes, 0.19% of the vote. It was actually Libertarian Gary Johnson, who took 3% and about 125,000 votes, that made a difference. Take those votes, add them to Trump, and that's a big win. The Libertarian is actually the factor in Georgia right now, where a bunch of Republicans who clearly, I don't think, like Trump, wanted to park their vote somewhere else. It's kind of like what we've seen with the Green Party in a lot of these states. So keep an eye on that. In 2020, Biden is in the books as winning Georgia by 0.23, 11,779 votes. The Libertarian, by the way, got 62,000 that time, Jorgensen. And the Greens still about 1,000. As of now, neither Stein nor RFK are on the ballot in Georgia. I'm going to keep this light red, okay? I think this goes for Trump. And so right now that puts Trump at 246, her at 232. This is a big deal with 3 states to go. The blue wall, as they like to call it. Look at where we are. 262 to Trump, 232 for Harris. Even if we go back, by the way, and I told you I'd do this, go back and talk about Nevada for a second, put it in Trump's column. We won't do it now, but if we did, that get him to 268. He'd still be too short. This is why the blue wall is so critical. She needs to run all 3 just to keep this clear. Any one of those 3 in the blue wall goes to Trump. He wins. Ding, ding, ding. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. She needs to get all 3. This is important. Again, go back. Show someone this map as of right now. They might quibble a little here and there. I know the Dems feel bullish on Georgia and whatever. This is pretty much, I think, agreeable. This is why the blue wall, when they talk about it, is so critical. Let's get into the blue wall. Let's go to Wisconsin. If there's one state where I think of the 3, she's got the best chance, it's probably Wisconsin. Right now, she has a 49.2 lead to Trump's 48 in the Real Clear Politics average. So 1.2% lead for her. She has led in every poll in September. 2 out of the 3, she's over 50%, and Trump has never cracked 50%. That's why I say what I say about Wisconsin. Now, I've watched Ron Johnson come back, run beautiful campaigns. I watched Trump win it in 2016. I am not by any means saying that we are not going to win Wisconsin. I'm just saying where we are right now, to give you a full and honest assessment of this election. In 2016, Trump won Wisconsin by 22,748 votes, 0.77. Stein got 31,000 votes, right? That was super helpful. Think about it. He won by 22,000. She got 31,000. In 2020, Biden won Wisconsin by 20,000 votes. The Green Party not on the ballot in 2020, that was decisive. Okay, let's be clear. The Greens made a difference. If the Green Party had been on the ballot in 2020, I think Trump would have won Wisconsin. Biden only won by 0.63. She is on the ballot this time. So this gives me hope. RFK is also, by the way, Michigan and not to get ahead of myself, but Michigan and Wisconsin, RFK still on the ballot. If there's one that I feel is better for Harris than any of the others, I'd say it's Wisconsin. But I'm telling you, I still get that little feeling that says that I wouldn't be surprised that Trump on election night pulls this one out. By the way, there is a Senate race there. Tammy Baldwin against Eric Hovde. We've had him on the show. It shows her up 50.6 to Hovde's 45.4. That's a 5.2 advantage to Baldwin. Last three polls, by the way, Baldwin up 8, 5, and 6. He's still got room. He's got money. He's got resources. He's running a good campaign. But, that's where that stands. So I'm going to put that one light blue for her. All right, Michigan. Harris right now, 48.3 to Trump, 47.6. That's a 0.7 RCP lead for Harris. The last four polls, she's up 1. He's up 1. 2 have it tied. My friends, this is going to be a barn burner. Michigan, I'm telling you, between all of the stuff there with the Teamsters, the electric vehicles and its impact on auto workers outside Detroit, Arab Americans pissed at her for her stance on Hamas. This is going to be tight. A brand new Signal poll out this week shows 47 for Trump, for her, and 46 for Trump. So 1 point there. I mean, this is unbelievable. In 2016, Trump won Michigan by 0.23, 10,704 votes. Stein, huge, 51,000 votes. That was critical. Jill Stein, 51,000 votes. Trump only winning the state by 10,704. In 2020, Biden won Michigan by 154,000. The Greens only got 13,000. RFK, as I said, still on the ballot here in Michigan. So is she. I'm telling you, this is a clear toss-up. This is a clear toss-up. In the Senate race there, by the way, Elise Slotkin is up 47.5 to Mike Rogers, former congressman from Michigan, former chairman of the Intelligence Committee. He's got 42.5. That's a 5-point lead. In the last 6 polls, going back through August, she has led every poll between 4 and 7 points publicly. So, again, that's why that Montana race that I mentioned is a big deal for the Senate, because right now, not doing too well in these other Senate races. All right. All roads lead back to Pennsylvania. Let's go to the Keystone State. 19 electoral votes. Real clear politics. Trump 48, Harris 47.8. That's a 0.2 advantage for Trump. The last 6 polls, Trump up 2, Harris up 3, and 3 ties. You cannot get closer than this. In 2016, Trump won Pennsylvania by 0.72, 44,292 votes. Stein, 49,000 votes, 0.81. That was clearly decisive, right? Pushed a bunch of those votes. I mean, not all of them. I mean, it would have been a very different race, wouldn't it have? She's clearly important there. In 2020, Biden won Pennsylvania by 1.6, 85,000 votes. And the Green Party, without her as the nominee, only got 1,282 votes. This is a big deal. She is on the ballot again in Pennsylvania. This is going to be crucial. Based on the polls that I'm seeing, the people that I'm talking to, I think Pennsylvania ends up going for Trump and decisive. So I'm just telling you, in the Senate race, by the way, Casey is currently up over Dave McCormick, who's running amazing ads, a fantastic textbook campaign. Casey 47.3 to McCormick's 43.8. That puts him up 3.5. He's been up consistently about 3.5, but McCormick's got a great team, great ads. I think that if Trump wins, McCormick wins. So I want to show you this real quick. Let's go, because I didn't shade Michigan. Shade it blue for me for a second, light blue. And let's just show you what happens. Look at this. If Michigan goes that way, this is it. It all comes down to Pennsylvania. You put Pennsylvania in the Harris column, she wins, right? You put that into the Harris wins. Pennsylvania, 276. If you put Pennsylvania into the Trump column, he wins with 281. Pennsylvania is going to be critical. And by the way, one quick note. And I just want to be clear, if Trump picks off any of those three, by the way, he wins. He doesn't have to do Pennsylvania. If he picks off Michigan or Wisconsin, it's a win either way. But I think it's going to come down to Pennsylvania. So this is huge. Real quick, go back a second. Give that Nevada 6 and keep PA with Harris. Just play this real quick for me. If you take Pennsylvania, put it in the Harris column, and switch Nevada to Trump. Okay, what does that get us right now? 270 for her, 268. Why does that matter? Go back to what we talked about, that 2nd congressional district in Nebraska. You switch that, you're back to the 269 tie. This is huge. I mean, look at these scenarios, folks. Unbelievable how close this thing could come. But I'm telling you, the blue wall, there's a reason they call it the blue wall. Trump needs to have one crack and he wins. Don't let anyone kid you. Well, if you enjoyed this content, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get more.